Hi everyone. So I am back again with more knowledge, and from today onwards, we are going to continue our Linux series. So today we will continue with the permission in Linux. So I will try to explain the things in such a way that a beginner can understand or grab the things in the more efficient way. So I will try my best to explain the things in the most simple way. So let's continue from here. So permission in Linux. So in Linux we have three type of permissions like traditional, ACLs and special permissions like SGID, SUID and sticky. So in this video we will focus on traditional permissions. After that in next videos we will cover other permissions as well. So this topic is going to be very important in Linux because you will learn many terminologies or many things with the help of this topic. So in last lecture we have learned the topic of users in Linux. So there we learn that how we can create user, how we can switch between them. So that thing is also going to cover here, but in more advanced way, right? So let's start this topic now. So traditional permission in Linux. So in Linux, if we want to manage the files, like we want what type of operation a user or a group can perform on a particular file or on group of files or on a directory. So this type of thing can be managed or controlled with the help of permissions. So this is my Linux machine. So here if I do ls, I have multiple directories here. If I do ls-la, then I have list of directory or files with more list of things. So here if you notice here, like if I highlight this part, so we will understand this thing. So permissions in Linux, they are related to this thing. So let me copy this thing and let me paste it in Google Doc so that I can explain you there. Okay, so here when you do ls-la, we have some information something like this. So to understand this thing, let's jump to some other terminologies first, then we will come back to this part again. So there is a terminology known as user, there is group and something called other, right? So user is like someone, some kind of identity. For example, here in this machine, Ubuntu is the user. Like if I type who am I command, then this will give me the name of the user, right? So what is this group? So group is something like that, like a group, in a group we can have multiple user, like you use WhatsApp, there you create group. So inside that group you can put multiple, you can add multiple users, right? So same way in Linux we have concept of group. In that group we can add multiple users. And then other, so others means like those who don't come in the category of user and in the category of group, means except user and group, rest all are come in the category of others, right? So now we have to apply the permission on user level, group level and others level. right? So we have this type of categorization. So if we link these three things with this one, then how it will look like. So if we neglect this one, like we already learn about this in our previous lecture, that this will show that this is a directory. Like if I highlight this one, so this is a hidden directory. Dot means hidden, d means directory, right? So here L, so every symbol have their own meaning. So we can ignore this thing for now. Our main focus will be on this, right? So in Linux, if we saw here, so first three blocks are for users, next three are for group, and next three are for other, right? Now here one question comes like, what is this R, what is this W, and what is this X? So R means read, W means write, and X means execute. So these will be in small letters, not in caps. So read, write, execute. So if we want a user to only read the content of particular file, then we will only give read permission. If we want that user can make any changes, then that come in the write category. Or if that file contains like some script and we want user can execute that file, then we can give execute permission, right? Now we will learn like how we can apply these permissions on these categories, like on user level, on group level, and other level. So we have some octal values as well. So for read we use 4, for write we use 2, and for execute we use 1. So I will explain this thing in some minutes, like what is this 4, 2, and 1. So like now we will see like how we can link these two things together. So let's jump to a practical. So here I don't have any file or directory, so let me create a directory here, like test, for example. Okay, so here you can see test. We have some permissions. So by default, if we create a directory, we have permission of read, write, execute, read, write, execute. And at others level, we have only read and execute. So it will take some time to explain the things. So just give me a minute. So here I will create a file. Let me create an empty file. So here is the file f1. Here you can see the f1 file have read write permission at user level, read write at group level, read, then dash means no permission. So this is at other level. So I mentioned this like first it will come user, then group, then other. So just for your understanding, I am trying to make some changes here. User level, group level. So in real world we don't see any space, so here to make you understand the things better, I am making some spaces. Okay, so we will also come to this thing as well, like what are these things. So here you can see that these are the permission at F1 file, right? User, group and other. So if we want to change these permission, we basically use chmod command. So with the help of chmod command, I can make changes in these permissions. For example, if I want to add execute permission at user level, so how I can do? Chmod, I want to change at user level, so I use u. What type of permission I want to add? Execute, so I add plus symbol and x for execute permission, and at which file? F1. Enter, right? So if I do ls-l1 and file name, so here you can see earlier there was no execute permission, but now execute permission is there, right? So with the help of chmod command, we can make the changes in the permissions. So here I use the symbol like x for execute, but if I want to achieve the same thing from octal value, octal value means like for execute I have 1, for write I have 2, and for read I have 4. So like here you can see at other level I don't have write or execute permission, so I want at other level to add let us suppose execute permission I want to add. So for that I have, for read I use 4, for write I will use 2. Okay, so here you can see some error, because like this way you can't use the octal value. If you want to use the octal value, then you have to write like read, write, execute. Read means 4, write means 2, and execute means 1. 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. For next, read, write and none. Read means 4, write means 2, 4 and 2 6. And here we want read and write. Read means 4, write we want for write, then 2, 4 plus 2 means 6, right? So this way it will work. And here if I enter, so here you can see now we have write permission. Earlier we don't have write permission here. Okay, so this was the high level idea of how traditional permission work. In the next video I will explain what are these things, and we will also see a practical, like after changing the permission, how the things will look like or how the things will behave. So in the upcoming video I will cover that thing, so that you can get the idea in, or you can get a real world idea how the things work. So we are going to cover these things in small videos, like 5 to 6 video it will take to cover all the permission topic. So that's all for this video. We will meet in the next video. Okay, bye bye, thank you.